Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
Gang, we are back with some of the most creepy and weird conspiracy theories on TikTok. And if you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. Wait, I was super creeped out at first, but that did make a lot of sense at the end. I'm gonna have to rewatch that one just to make sure. But where are all the inspectors? Because back in the day when I worked at a food place, we had inspectors shutting us down if something was just a little bit off. So what is happening nowadays with all these nasty restaurants?
Seul au milieu de nulle part. On regarde les étoiles. C'est trop beau. On n'est pas bien là? On n'est pas bien là? Ah.
What is
Qu'est-ce qu'il y
happening?
a? Oh putain, ça Putain, mais qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est quoi ce bordel?
There's no way they would have stopped again. I would have been like, run, bitch. I wouldn't have stopped until I seen civilization or I was in my house.
I mean, yeah. Like online, and then he told me to do it or whatever. So I wait till like the last day. I submit the video.
Because you're not an actor. You go, I don't know.
No, yeah. So I really wasn't going to do it. He had to like badger me to do it. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. And so waited till the last day, turned it in on like 30 minutes before the deadline, and then shared it on Facebook. And then my father seen the video. Now the cool thing about that is my father produced with Tupac. He produced Tupac's "Toss It Up" single. So really,
That's suspicious.
Hey, you need to talk to your mama. I think Tupac's your daddy.
So let me get this straight. You got not one, not two fingers stuck, but three. This is a TikTok video that went extremely viral. Many people tagged me in it, and as you can see, this guy has 3 fingers shoved into a 90-degree half-inch metal elbow. Now, realistically, I do think that this guy can get his fingers out. I think it was just made for the likes, but let's talk about what you would do if he is actually stuck. So first and foremost, the number one thing you don't want to do is panic or bend your finger. This can increase the amount of swelling and reduce the chances of you getting it off without needing extra help. Instead, you should try to apply some sort of lubricant like oil or butter or soap and water and slowly work your finger out. Most of the time, this will actually work. But if this doesn't work and you're dealing with something like a hard metal, you might have to actually go to a doctor where they're going to carefully remove it through the use of specialized equipment. Again, I'm pretty sure this guy was able to get his fingers out, but if he wasn't, he was probably in for a long day at the urgent care clinic.
Number one thing that you don't want to do is be a dumbass.
You're telling me that Jennifer Lopez really just did this? And she never expected that anybody was gonna find this out? How she had that kid locked up? Now, even though 99% of you won't be able to stomach it, I have to show you. People have mixed opinions on Jennifer Lopez. Some people say that she's not actually a star, but nevertheless, from her singing to her concert to her overall movies, she is undeniable and has had a very long career. That is, until this photo leaked. And not this photo, the one I'm about to show you. And even though it is evil, it's the fact that she didn't cover it up. And when she was asked about this photo, she tried to sit there and play it off like nothing was happening. But how could you keep that kid locked up? Not only blindfolded, but had a tie around his mouth so he couldn't speak. Now we're witnessing the downfall of a star.
This photo of Jennifer Lopez was a gym photo she took, and people realized when they zoomed in a little bit, there was a person, seemed to be like a kid or maybe a man, who knows, in the door with their mouths covered, and they look scared. Did we ever get an answer to that?
What's news? Apparently, Britney Spears is out here aging backwards. She got the Benjamin Button effect going on. Well, at least that's what she think. She got this whole age reversal thing going on in her mind. But I thought that was only for the elites. And she's not a part of that. Nah, this is just a mental case. She out here claiming she turning 5, when in reality, she just turned 43. She got the toddler talk going on and everything.
I'm not really sure why the paparazzi have me going on a plane looking like I'm wearing a Jason mask. It doesn't even look like me. I don't know why I have a torch in my hand, honestly. I think my friend accidentally gave that to me.
Something ain't right, y'all.
But anyways, it's my birthday. I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5 this year. I'm turning 5 years old, and I have to go to kindergarten tomorrow.
Kindergarten?
A very cute baby cake.
Oh yeah.
That
She's not right in the brain.
It really kind of hurts.
Is that? Whoa, what the fuck is happening? Oh, is that clouds? That's fucking weird. Why is it? Oh. What the shit is that? Is the fucking moon shape-shifting? And what is that behind it? Another moon?
Okay, I saw it now, because the first time I've ever seen this video, I just thought that it was daytime on the other side of those clouds because it looked really bright and almost blue. But now I saw the second moon. A little bit strange.
What the fuck? I don't know.
Entering a training environment. During exercises, the installation's mass notification system will be utilized. All drill messages will begin and end with the words, exercise. Exercise. Exercise.
Oh, hell no. I never heard that before. What the fuck? The military base? Yes! Is that from the military base?
This is the first person in history to pass from an anesthesia tattoo. This might be the worst way to go out. Do you guys think the risk is worth it to get a big tattoo and go under anesthesia? This businessman, Ricardo Godoy, went under anesthesia to get a huge back tattoo. This is a huge trend right now. NBA players and NFL players going under to get big tattoos. I believe Deshaun Watson has gone under to get one, and Brandon Ingram, but we've never seen somebody pass away from one. Until my wife Nikki sent me this story last night because her and I were just talking about this. Like, do you think it's worth it? The person in charge of the tattoo studio confirmed that Ricardo passed away during sedation and intubation before the tattoo design began. So he didn't even make progress on it? Like, I don't know if that picture's from this incident. According to him, the procedure was performed in a private hospital with the supervision of an anesthesiologist who had requested prior tests from the businessman, which had yielded good results. Not good enough, the professional also highlighted that the victim signed a consent form and that when the cardiorespiratory arrest occurred, a cardiologist tried to revive him, but without success. And obviously, you know, this guy is leaving behind a family, and so it just begs the question to ask, like, is it worth it to get this amount of work done, or should you just put up with the pain? I really do feel for them because it is a risk. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments.
Yeah, please talk to me in the comments. What is happening in our world? Why are we even watching a video like this? Why is this even real?
Viewers, you don't know who the cameraman is. You don't know why you're being paid to see these things. Nor do I. You're seeing me. I can't even see you. I may be dead by the time you watch this. Very possibly are. You don't know who's the man who's making things he wants you to see. Destroy your television sets. Now. Just listen to no orders. That's all I can tell you at this point of the event.
So eventually, people start to look alike, even if they're in different parts of the world. But here's where it gets wild. Ancient texts and cultures already knew this. They already knew this. Like Hermetic texts from ancient Egypt talks about how humans are made from some archetype, which basically means a universal template. The idea is there are only so many blueprints for humans, and we're all variations of them. I mean, that's believable. Even Plato talked about this. He believed in forms, perfect and unchanging templates that everything in the physical world is based on. So your face is just one version of a form that might exist in thousands of other people. Yeah, you know somebody look like that today. It's like we're all part of these invisible tribes, you know, like the Jawline tribe, the Big Eyes tribe, or the Button Nose crew. You get what I'm saying though, right? Oh, okay. Tag your lookalike. And if you ever met your doppelganger, just let me know in the comments.
Earth today, right before the blood moon, which I find very curious. Are y'all ready for your late night shift on this blood moon? This guy literally got taken over by a demon, a possession, he'll tell you himself, was eating rosary beads, all sorts of stuff, and there's a lot more than just this.
Myself and my friend were talking, we're like, we could have to take this guy down.
Started violently shaking and screaming moments after takeoff. Rosenberg says the crew and passengers initially thought Augustine was having a seizure.
He started stomping his feet violently, like heavily, and screaming. It was kind of a chant. He was talking about devils and possession, and it was like, you have to kind of see it to believe it. Destroyed this other man's seat. Like he kicked it and punched it and just buckled the seat completely over.
Demonic possession. You have seizures, body shaking, convulsions, you can't control yourself. Also superhuman strength.
He just charged the front doors of the plane, like swinging wildly.
That's when Rosenberg, his friend, and another man took Augustine down. Rosenberg says Augustine swallowed rosary beads while on the ground and was gripping onto his sister during the takedown.
And before we get to some more demonic possession, we have actually had a whole bunch of weird things happening in Texas. We had this green fire coming from the ground at the campus, as well as a bunch of other fires, and the next day a plane went down Texas. The 1,000th plane. And don't forget, the demonic possession I just showed you was on a plane. Not to mention Tiffany Gomez's experience was on a plane. And a whole bunch of other people claiming there's demons on the plane. Like that Twilight thing, right, with the demon on the wing of the plane. I wonder if that was a forecast. And now in Pennsylvania, we have this box demon that calls itself going to people's doors and leaving a gift, a box.
I am the box demon. I am the box demon. I believe this box is a gift for you.
I really don't think it's a joke, y'all. And that's a common way a demon will talk with no emotion. One thing is absolutely sure. Nurses, doctors, other professionals that work late, y'all are gonna be busy tonight.
People are a little bit too brave walking onto people's properties and playing games like that. And if y'all don't want us to fly anymore, just say that. You don't have to do all this other extra stuff.
You're telling me there are fake towns in the middle of the Atlantic?
Yeah, listen to this. There's an island called Halcyon Ridge, completely hidden from the outside world, controlled by a private organization called Vanguard Initiative. Decades ago, they bought the island and turned it into one massive, twisted experiment. They built towns straight out of a 1950s postcard, perfect houses, white picket fences, happy neighbors. But it's all a lie.
The people living there?
They were either orphans raised in total isolation or, get this, grown from embryos in secret labs. From birth, they were brainwashed to believe that a global disaster wiped out the rest of the world. As far as they know, Halcyon Ridge is the only safe place left on Earth. If someone starts asking too many questions, Vanguard Initiative steps in fast, either reprogramming them or making them disappear altogether. And just so we're clear, this is all for entertainment purposes, right?
E alienígena não tem.
Como?
Alienígena.
Alienígena? O que é?
Nunca, essa palavra você nunca ouviu falar? Alienígena.
Alienígena, não. Isso chama-se Meio Shibu.
Isso aqui?
Sim.
Mancunawabu.
Mancunawabu.
Sério?
Mancunawabu. Mancunawabu é um que mora debaixo da terra.
É, eu falei, esse aí.
Que se virou formiga, hoje que nós chamamos Una, que é uma formiga grande, chama-se Mancunawabu.
Que essa formiga também é perigoso, né, Boina? Se as pessoas ficar mexendo com ela demais, ela leva o espírito da pessoa para debaixo da terra também. Para voltar tem que ser um pajé bem bom.
São seres que pode aparecer em luz divina, com luz do Nishipal. São seres que a gente pode ter o contato, que moram debaixo da terra.
The ancient and the non-colonized cultures are like, yeah, we know aliens. We've been known about aliens. We actually call them this. They've been around for 1,000,000 years. That's crazy.
The Bible is not a religious book. The Quran is not a religious book. They are science books. Biblios Heliotech is the Bible. It's the full Latin name of the Bible. It is the science. It's an elementary science where Moors are concerned. It's the science of the study of the cycle of the sun. Helio meaning study, meaning sun. Biblios meaning record of. Y'all understand? The Quran, chronology, maxima, the great chronology. The Quran is the great chronology of the science and the study of the asteroid, of the astral plane. You understand? Okay, so justice died on the cross. Here's what happened. Those that we call Europeans or Albions, ruled during the age of Pisces. So when we say the time is up, we're not just saying this by conjecture. We're saying this because the time, the 2,166 years that they had is over. I'm not saying this because I have any bias against them or any of that. This is the science of it, and they know it. The problem is our people are not ready for it.
Yeah, power lines. Oh my God. Oh, that's for real.
I was more stressed out hearing their reaction than watching the video because, oh my God, Brian, let's go inside should have been, let's get out the city and the state. Okay, let me see.
plane just crashed on Cotman Avenue, yo. I was right there.
Airplane crash.
They house on fire.
So wait, do we have pictures of actual plane wreckages, like parts of the plane? Because if you think about it, that is quite a lot of planes for them to just be crashing everywhere. What do you guys think about it? Could it be missiles?
I had the opportunity over the years to interview, again, people who have worked at the test site at Groom Lake. One gentleman spent 12 of his 30 years in black programs at Groom Lake. When I asked him, I said, first of all, I said, do you believe in UFOs? And he looked at me with a straight face in one-on-one. He said, absolutely, positively, they do exist. I said, can you expand upon that? And he said, no, I can't. About a year later, we were talking about, again, activities at Groom Lake. And I asked him, I said, you know, can you really tell me what's happening out there? And he said, well, there's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025. But we have things in the Nevada desert that would make George Lucas envious. Another individual who was an NCO, an E9, which is the highest grade you can get as an enlisted man. He's a chief master sergeant in the Air Force. Was a safety specialist. He had 3 different tours of duty at Groom Lake on various programs. Now, he had no connection with my friend who worked on the other black programs. We were talking, I interviewed him at Nellis in 1985, 86 time frame. And I said, what's out there? And again, he looked me straight in the eye and he said, we have things out there that are literally out of this world. I said, explain. He said, I can't.
Y'all, the next war of our lifetime is going to be ridiculously scary. Let me walk you through some realistic scenarios. And believe it or not, everything I'm showing you is 100% real. Alright, so first picture this. Y'all are able to wipe out the enemy team. You're right in front of a pond, and all of a sudden, thousands of drones come up out the water. Yes, attack drones can now sit at the bottom of lakes and other bodies of water with weaponry and come out whenever they want to. And when you least expect it, bam, they are everywhere. Y'all thought you had it down, but that's only 1/10. Let's keep moving on. Now, if you happen to be blessed enough to survive the drone avalanche, and also the nuke avalanche, too bad they know where every single one of y'all are hiding because they put thousands of satelloons right above our head. But even more dangerous than this is the all-seeing tech soldiers. But not so quick, my friend, because you still gotta deal with the holograms. Enemy countries will be actively throwing holograms in the sky to make people think their gods are coming. And in conjunction with the satelloons, they'll make you be able to hear it too. And many people at this moment will let their guard down and boom. Alright, so somehow you made it through all that stuff. Now the iron mixed with clay can start looking for you. And these AI techno-soldiers can see your heat signatures. They can basically read your thoughts. You think it's far-fetched? Your phone camera does that. Somehow you win, you defeat them, you call your dog to go home, but boom, it's not your dog. It's a robo-dog, he has a flamethrower, and you're done.
God damn, a flamethrower. But no, I would need a Harry Potter invisibility cloak. That would be good. But didn't they actually invent the invisibility cloak? We just saw some videos like that, I think, last year.
Is it true most of France's financial wealth right now is still built on
$500 billion a year.
Wow.
From Africa?
From Africa.
Wow.
500. That's a lot of money.
And is it true that the deals are such that an African nation that has this deal with France cannot do business around the world with their natural resources without the first right of refusal with France?
First right of refusal is in
and they
France's
can still
hand.
tell them no.
Mm-hmm. They can still tell them no.
So if they've dug gold, coffee, cocoa, whatever, they go to France like, hey, you guys want this? And they say, nah. And they say, okay, we're going to sell it over here. France can still say, nah, you can't do that.
That's so insane.
And all those nations still run on the French franc, which is also hilarious because even France has
goes
the
on
euro.
the euro.
Exactly.
So wait, they buy money from France with their own natural resources.
Yeah, and if they don't
that's
comply,
not even worth anything in France.
Yep, and if they don't comply, the faucet's turned off.
Listen, I don't think some of y'all truly understand what the fuck this means. Earlier this week, we got the first look at what looks like the title card to Final Destination Bloodlines. Yes, the 6th installment in the franchise. And some of y'all don't understand what this means, man. Listen, I'm a millennial and at a very young age, this fucking franchise gave me some of the irrational fears I have today that still plague me today. I watched the first Final Destination at like 9 years old. I am still terrified to fly to this day because of this movie. If I ever see a log truck or hell, anything carrying something sizable at the back of a truck, I don't get behind it. I do not get behind it. I think twice now when getting on a roller coaster. If it's not Disney or Universal, I don't go on a roller coaster. Simple as that. Escalators now, like I hold my breath. I have a certain anxiety anytime I step on a fucking escalator. Bridges have always been kind of sketchy to me, in my opinion. But now, I hold my breath every fucking time. And we have not had a Final Destination film in 14 years. That means when this movie comes out in 5 months, it will be ready to terrorize an entirely new generation. To that, I just say welcome. Welcome to the trauma that this franchise brings you. Welcome.
I'm so excited this new generation is about to experience this movie because they really do need it in a way. They need to toughen up.
Family pictures from the 80s you didn't know you needed to see. Because when the Coca-Cola kicked in, you knew you was finna have a good time in the 80s.
Y'all, this video just took a complete left.
I don't know which one is the fun parent, but I'm guessing it's the dad.
Oh,
because in the 80s, they was looking at something. We don't know what they was looking at, but they was looking at something. Nice hair, lady. Nice middle-aged family. Nope. That kid is 19. He just graduated. And in the 80s, they had a problem with looking 42 years old for no reason. What they hiding from? Yeah, like I was saying, when the Coca-Cola kicked in the 80s, you knew you was finna have a good time. I'm guessing she's the fun parent. He did not want to be there, but he needed an alibi. Again, what are they looking at? And why is she holding the baby like that? He's happy. A daddy-daughter picture? Nope. Once again, that guy is only 20 years old and he's the older brother. And this is when ladies talking about they don't make men like they used to. This is it. Because, I mean, I've never looked like this. And this is a grown man who has all responsibilities and bad credit. And he's only about 20. And because it's the 80s, you had to have a cabbage patch in the picture for no reason. No apparent reason. That obsession with looking old again, it happened to the kids too. And Big Bro's still keeping his little brother in line till this day. And they probably about 60 and 50 years old.
Y'all, that last video, I had to put it in there because it was just getting too deep and we needed a quick laugh. That was so hilarious. I'm done. I'm completely done with it. Shout out to him for making our day a little bit brighter and a little bit lighter. Now, that was another crazy episode. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to all the ones that have recently subscribed to the channel. I love you with all my heart. If you are new here today, we would like to welcome you to join the family just by hitting the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well so that you are notified every time a new video is released. And to support the channel is absolutely free. Just like the video and comment down below. But as always, you guys, everything is everything. Be good, do right, and I will catch you on the next one.